What's up, everybody? This is Mario, and I'm back with another episode of Talking Endurance and Mastery. And today it's Sunday, which for me means it's my day to do my weekly review. Now, my question for you is what routines or habits do you have on Sundays to set you up for success for the upcoming week? And also just to reflect on your wins from the previous week. If you don't have a Sunday weekly review or any sort of routine or reward to reflect and to help you learn and set yourself up for success, then this is going to be a great episode for you. So I'm going to roll the trailer and then we're going to get into it. Do you want to complete an endurance event and elevate all areas of your life, but you don't know where to start? Then you're in the right place. Talking Endurance and Mastery is a podcast to help you create a vision and take steps towards your goals and dreams. I'm your coach, Mario Minner. I've completed events like Ironmans and ultramarathons, but I believe the true benefit from endurance events is how they help you become the best version of yourself. Join me as I share stories, lessons, and interview guests to help you apply endurance and mastery principles into every area of your life. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. So as I mentioned, it's Sunday, and Sunday to me is one of the best days to reflect on your week, reflect on the wins, reflect on the lessons learned, and start to set yourself up for success for the week. But how exactly do you do that? What does that look like? That's what I want to get into next. So I am a huge fan of Brendon Burchard. He is one of the world's top high performance coaches, top performance speakers. He's the host of the Brendon Show, which is a great podcast. He's the creator of Growth Day, which is kind of a all-in-one personal development app and platform that has your goals, your journaling, challenges, community, all in one place. And I've been a Growth Day member for almost a year now. And one of the best habits that I've actually gotten from Brendon Burchard and gotten from Growth Day is this idea of a weekly review. And for me, this weekly review is just like I mentioned, it's a way for me to just reflect on, what are the things that went well this week? What are some of those lessons learned? And it's kind of a check-in for me in the key areas of my life to just make sure that I'm on the right track. And I want to walk through what that weekly review looks like. And so there's just a number of questions and then a couple of categories that you rank yourself. But it starts with this question of three great things, that happened to me last week were. So 3 great things that happened to me last week were ... And you just fill that in. So typically what I do is I go through my pictures from the previous week, just one to remind me what exactly I did. And then I list out at least 3 things. And if you actually go through your pictures and you look at the previous week, I guarantee you're going to find more than 3 things to be grateful for. So I just start with that one, come up with a big list. After that, the next question is the main struggle I faced last week was ... You fill that in. And then after that, and if I were advising or mentoring someone dealing with the same struggle, I'd advise them too. So this is a 2-part question where first you just kind of reflect on your previous week and you think about what was the main thing that I struggled with? And then if you were advising or mentoring somebody else, how would you recommend that they address it? And this is a really good question because when you're giving advice to somebody, you usually apply things that are personally helpful or personally beneficial to you. And it's a good question to distance yourself from the situation, look at it almost objectively, and then provide recommendations. And once you provide those recommendations to somebody else, those are the types of things that you can apply in your own situation. So it's a really powerful question. So that's the second one. The third one is Two things I learned about myself this past week include. So just two things I learned about myself this past week include, and this is just a quick question to just, reflect on. What did you learn about yourself? And then after that, it is two things I learned about others. This can be your partner, your loved ones, your friends, team, customers, etc. So just two things that you learned about others. And so this is just a good practice in not just thinking about yourself, but thinking about those people around you. And I always think about my wife, Emily, my daughter, the people on my team, everybody that I come in contact with, some of my clients. I think about all of those people just to remind myself what are things that I learned about them. And then the last question is one decision I could have made last week to make life better or to move ahead faster would have been. And I think this is a great way to wrap it up because all of this, all of the previous questions are reflecting. It's all learning. But then at the end, it's a decision. So, what's that one decision that you could have made or that you will make going forward to improve in those areas? So, it just starts off with those questions, and it shouldn't really take that much time if you've gone through this a couple of times. And then once you reflect on those questions, there's a list of categories. And first, you list out the categories and then you rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being you're doing extremely well in this area and 1 being you're not doing very well in this area. And the 10 categories are health, mental slash emotional, partner slash love, family, friends, mission, experiences, spirit, finances, and learning. So the 10 categories: health, mental slash emotional, partner slash love, family, friends, mission, experiences, spirit, finances, and learning. And like I said, you just rank yourself in the past week. How did I do in this category? 10 is you did extremely well. 1 is you didn't do very well. And it's just a check in for you to really assess how you're doing. And once you give yourself a ranking 1 to 10 in those 10 areas, I usually add it up and I give myself a total. And that gives me a score for how I did in the previous week. And this is helpful because if you're doing this every single week, you can start to see some patterns and you can start to see a range that you typically fall in. And so if you fall back, then you know that it's something that you'll need to improve. And speaking of improvement, this is the final question, and it's goals and ideas for improving your life in any of these areas, referring to those 10 areas that I mentioned. And that is the weekly review. It's just a set of questions at the beginning, focusing on gratitude, focusing on what did you learn, focusing on what did you struggle with, and decisions that you're going to make going forward. You then rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in those 10 key areas. And then you just list out any sort of goals or ideas for improving any of those categories. And this is something that I do every single Sunday. And I try and do it with Emily as well. So I'll do my weekly review and I'll share it with her, and she will do hers and she'll share it with me. And it's just a really good habit and practice to get into, first for yourself, but also if you really want to take it to the next level, do it with somebody else, because then you can really learn about how their week was and how they're thinking about going into this upcoming week. So as I bring it back to you, I just want you to think about, what is that Sunday routine or habit that you have to reflect on the previous week, to learn, to grow, and to set yourself up for success. And if you don't have any sort of habit or routine like this, then just take this format, take this template, and try it out for yourself today. Because I really feel like it's going to help you think about those key areas. It's going to help you brainstorm ways to improve, and it's going to help you become the best version of yourself, which is what this show is all about at the end of the day. So if you want to try out this weekly review, just send me a text, 608-770-3437. I'll share these questions with you. I have a Google Doc. I can just share it with you so you have that template going forward. Or if you want some accountability with it, I'll text you every Sunday and just make sure that you're doing it. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for help. I'm here for accountability, and I'm here to help you become your best. So that's what I have for today. If you found any sort of value in today's episode, please go and leave me a 5-star review. It would help so much and just help spread this message of endurance and mastery and helping you become your best. So that's what I have for today, and I'll talk to y'all later.